Following Australian heavyweight Lucas Browne's latest win over Andre Rudenko, his promoter Ricky Hatton is looking to set up a fight between Browne and Alex Leapai or Ruslan Chagaev, who is the WBA regular champion, I believe. I think these are the most logical routes for Lucas Browne right now. I think the Leapai fight is just a no-brainer, and I'm surprised they haven't tried to make it sooner than now, because there really is only two heavyweights in Australia right now, which are Leapai and Lucas Browne. They're the two best guys. So why they're not fighting, why it's not a big domestic fight or hasn't been talked about as a big domestic fight in Australia or hyped up, I've got no idea. That fight needs to happen. It will be a pretty entertaining fight. Both guys are crude. Both guys can punch. Both guys like to slug it out. I mean, you know, the Aussie fans should love this fight. They love that kind of stuff. They love the all-action fighters. So they've got that with Lucas Browne and Alex Leapai. Why not match them together? It makes sense to me. As far as Lucas Browne's performance against Rudenko, it wasn't overly impressive. Rudenko is clearly a very tough man, was a very experienced amateur, and a lot of these Eastern European guys are difficult to deal with. I mean, even if you look at a guy like Mariusz Wach, big, strong guy, a chin made of concrete. Yes, Vladimir Klitschko dealt with him relatively easily. Wach is certainly slow, but for a limited fighter like Lucas Browne, you could imagine him having trouble with someone like that. So Rudenko was very tough. I watched the fight. Some people thought it was a controversial decision. I'm not so sure about that. I thought Lucas Browne came back well in the second half of the fight particularly. In the first half of the fight, yeah, Rudenko won a few rounds here and there. Lucas Browne maybe was behind by the halfway stage, but I felt he rallied enough late on to deserve the victory. So I don't really have any problem with the method of victory, but he was a workmanlike performance. He wasn't overly impressive. He did get caught. He did get caught. But what do people expect from Lucas Browne? He's never going to be the most skilled or talented of heavyweights. He's a big, strong guy who can punch. And at the moment, he seems to be able to take a fairly decent punch as well. He is what he is. He is what he says on the tin. Comes from, I believe, an MMA or kickboxing background. He's only been boxing properly for about 4 years. 4 or 5 years, I think. So, you know, he's done well to come as far as he has. Other guys fell by the wayside much sooner than he did against lesser opposition. Guys who are as inexperienced as he is. So, hats off to Lucas Browne. Let's see where he goes in his career. He comes across as a nice guy outside the ring. I don't know how much of that is his public persona and how much of that is really him, but, you know, you can't criticize what you don't know about. So, Lucas Browne comes across as a nice guy. So, you know, more power to him. We'll see where he goes from here, but I think the Leapai fight is the most logical step. And if he wins the Leapai fight, maybe they can get him a shot at Chagaev, because you know Chagaev is going to be looking to fight people who he thinks he can beat and who he thinks have got some type of credibility. He can market them as having some type of credibility. Chagaev is out of shape and borderline washed up looking as he is at the moment. He's still a skilled fighter. Don't get it twisted. Chagaev still has skills, even though he's borderline morbidly obese. He still has skills to beat a lot of guys. And certainly a crude guy like Lucas Browne, I don't think he would really intimidate Chagaev. I think him and his people would look at that and think, yep, let's get him over here and let's fight Lucas Browne. We can certainly market a guy who has had that many knockouts, spectacular knockout wins. We can market him as an opponent. So, yeah, I think Ricky Hatton is on the right path when he's thinking about a Leapai fight and a Chagaev fight. But drop your comments below. Who would you like to see Lucas Browne fighting? Maybe Tyson Fury, maybe some of the domestic heavyweights. I don't know. Let me know. This is Hatman. I'm out.